Hello. 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 Hello word from Hello Word. This is Mono, your Unity teacher from Dal. Hello. I survived. I've been to the Tokyo Game Show and I survived. And I returned. Isn't that an amazing thing? Hello, welcome, hello, welcome, hello, yeah, hello, welcome, hello. So, I didn't know that Tokyo Game Show is going on, last weekend. That's my first slide actually. OMG, Lois, it's Mono! Yes, it's the Mono. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I've been to Tokyo Game Show, and apparently it was my first game show that I've attended or been to. It was very crowded, and it was like also quite fun to be there. Yeah. Only nerds knew. Yeah, it was quite fun. I mean, I didn't know. So first of all, did you win? What can I win? I didn't participate. I just like went there as a, I don't know, as a just wandering person who just walking around. Why is the picture so blur? Blame me and my phone. because I was shaking all the time. Because it was my first time I've been there, and then I was so nervous. That's why I was shaking all the time. That's why I am so blurred in the picture. Oh, it's the first time I hear about these games. Yeah, I mean, it was quite fun. I mean, it was really fun, and I survived, and I don't feel like I will be there annually or anything if I have chance. It was just too many people. Too many people. It was very crowded. Yeah, so first of all, I came to Tokyo without knowing that there is such a Tokyo Game Show. So doing game developer and doesn't care anything about like those kind of game shows going on. I'll say mainly because I don't play that much of AAA games. Cool. Yes, it was super cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing much of the AAA games, so I'm not really interested in those kind of announcements. So if they announce new games, I mean, it's one of the biggest game shows in the world, and it's holding annually in Tokyo. I mean, not really Tokyo, it's like in Chiba actually, which is about an hour away from Tokyo. Was it only big names, or were there indies too? There were indies too, which I was quite interested in. Yeah, and then I thought like they are making great jobs, and then yeah, they were doing great, and they were advertising, and I thought that's kind of really interesting thing to see in those kind of shows. I assume you went on weekend, not during the business day. Yep, I mean, yeah, I went on weekend as a normal visitor, not during the business day. And then I thought like, okay, maybe I would never come here as a visitor ever again. What about coming here as a business related person? And then I asked my friend who's also working in the gaming industry, and she said it is also quite crowded during the business days as well. Nowadays, I mean, a while ago, they didn't have such a kind of press people, YouTube related people, but nowadays there are quite many YouTubers doing live stream and just talking about the show on their live, and so it's still quite crowded during the business days. That's what she said, but I was never been there during the business days, so I cannot really compare. Base Japan. Mona came to TGS as a producer and invested. That would be great. Also, I saw quite many VTubers. Yeah, so I mean, they were like yeah, I mean, VTubers from like super famous companies like Hololive and somewhere like that. Okay, so so that was the only picture that I took with my acrylic stand, which is horribly shaken, and I didn't even care. I didn't even check it while I was taking the picture. Yeah, so I never ever went such an event. So before I go there, I asked a bunch of people, which is who are the those like butlers from the Butlers Cafe, and then there weren't many who actually been there, and then there was like a random person. There's very shaky Tokyo Game Show in the chat. What's happening? Earthquake or something? Yeah, so I was basically asking the entire day to like every those people that I meet there, and then not many of them was been there, and the first one I just asked, it was just random question, but I thought like maybe he's a gamer, and he gave me few tips like I have to prepare water. I have to go to toilet before I go there. What else was there? It's quite warm, so I have to maybe prepare towels and everything. Yeah, and then apparently it was quite nice tip that I need that. Wow, Mona is taller than everyone. Yeah, I'm always living this like area under the surface, so from time to time I need to be above all those people. Yeah, so I was not familiar with such events, and that's why I was so unprepared. I didn't even know where to go. I just like took the subway and I dropped out, and then I just dropped off from the station, and then everybody was walking in the same direction, so I just followed them. I didn't even bother to check the map or anything, so I just followed them until I lined. And then I also didn't know those kind of lining systems, so the line never moved. Apparently they have like a section in front of the area, so they can actually enter and check the tickets and everything. And then there's like 3 different sections in between, like behind of it. And then that section only moved by when the previous section was emptied. So I was just waiting there for half an hour, not moving at all, and then I was wondering what would happen. And then apparently it took like about an hour to get in there. So yeah, as you can see in the picture, it was quite cloudy. It wasn't that warm or that cold, and it was No, it wasn't raining at that point. So there were people who was using the umbrella as a sun blocker, but apparently the weather was quite nice. So it was fairly okay or decent weather to just wait outside for an hour. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, but I didn't expect it to take like an hour. So yeah, it was nice that I just asked anyone. So yeah, that's a general view that I was taking while I was trying to find somewhere else. So they have like two different buildings, and then I wanted to go to the different building, and then I was lost all the time, and then I don't know, I was hesitating for like 20 minutes or something. But yeah, that was while I was taking the escalator. I thought it's like very cool picture to take. Yeah, so I was unprepared and I didn't really check the booth before I go there. I didn't really I mean, yeah, I mean nowadays I'm not really playing games when they were released, so I didn't really listen to any new news, especially AAA's. So there were nothing really interesting that I thought I have to check. So I just went there, just look around. I just wanted to see how the things are going on and how cool it is. And then, yeah, I was apparently in Tokyo, and I thought that's a good opportunity, isn't that? A thinking emoji. Some skeptical thoughts. Yeah, but anyway, so my general impression is that since I was never been to such a game show, is that EA? I'm not sure. I don't. Is it? I'm not even sure anymore. Is it EA? Wow, Mono is. Wow, Mono is taller than the booth. Yeah. Apparently, I have to look down everybody. People from hell tends to be giants. Yeah, I mean we can adjust our. There's opportunity to grow up or like grow a little bit smaller. A giraffe. I mean, you have to hold your smartphone, right? To take a picture. So for giraffes, I don't think that would work. Maybe they should bite or anything. Yeah, so in general, the impression was that I don't know, I thought it's a little bit weird. There's something broken. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, so in my impression, game is something private for me all the time. Game is something that I just spend in this world for few hours to few hundred hours by myself alone in the house. I mean, there is sometimes social games and something like that, like that you have to play together, like Among Us or Goose Goose Dog, that kind of like, or nobody keep talking and nobody explodes kind of. So there are always those kind of social games, but most of the times for me, gaming was something private, something which is whole by myself when I'm alone in the very cozy place. But going there gave me a totally different impression. It was public, it was crowded, it was something something more shallow than the entire experience that I grab while I'm playing the game. So I thought that's very interesting because that was certain direction that I never thought of in my life. But at the same time, it was a little bit confusing and demanding. Did you win anything? No, I didn't win anything. I mean, there were a bunch of like prize givings and something like that, but I didn't attend anything because I had to line up everything, and then I was not really interested in lining up or getting some kind of prizes or participating on those like pre-release, those kind of users. I mean, I'm not living here in Japan, so I don't think it would mean anything. Different strokes for different forks. Some people prefer multiplayer games, some prefer single player games. Yeah, I mean, but still the condition of my room doesn't change, right? I mean, I'm still sitting alone in front of computer. Maybe I'm talking to some kind of microphone, but I still feel like even though it's like social games, it still shares some concept of private time. But this was quite opposite. That was really interesting. But did you line up for Kojima? Sorry, I know nothing. I know nothing. What could that be? I didn't line up for anything. Yeah, I heard from somebody else that there was some super famous guy came to there, and then I was asking her like, who is that? Yeah, apparently that person was somebody super famous for, I don't know, singing and dancing or something like that. Did you play any of the demo? No. What I did is just walking around. That's it. Walking around or like being hit by some passing people. I even didn't line up for the free monsters. They were giving away the can of monsters, but I didn't really line up. Kojima, the creator of Death Stranding and PT. Wow. That's something I know. That's something I know, and I feel like I would be quite impressed if I knew it advanced, but I still don't feel like that I would line up for anything. It was too many people for me. I was literally dying every second. I mean, when I entered there, I was so excited. I was so happy to see so many interesting booths and so many enthusiastic gamers. But after, I don't know, half an hour or an hour, I was like exhausted. And then I thought like I was walking around at least for like 3 hours or anything. And then I checked my clock. I checked the time, and it has been only an hour. That was crazy. Same, I only line up for good food. Yes, that's what you need. But I was super hungry when I got there, so I just ate somewhere outside. I have no idea what kind of food they had. I mean, they had some introduction to their food that on their pamphlet, but I didn't really check what they were selling. So my motivation was that I go there, and that was achieved when I arrived there. And then I also wanted to check those indie area, because what I'm doing is more close to the indie. So I wanted to check the indie area network. Um, 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 um. I basically didn't talk to anybody. Maybe I should have have a tiny booth or anything, then share my introduce myself and something like that. Is a flight to Tokyo very expensive from where you are? It wasn't actually. I came last week during the weekdays, and then it was fairly cheap. I mean, the cheapest flight that I ever got for last few years. Not working. RIP. Maybe I should have. Maybe then I could have offered some job from, I don't know, Swiss or Germany. They also have those kind of international booth. So I just added some random pictures, but I don't know what they were exactly doing. So I didn't really check, but they have certain something for the Square Enix, and then I thought that's cool, but I didn't really check what kind of talk that they are exactly giving. And then there were some booths from certain countries like Germany, Korea, Thailand, Poland, Swiss. What's Swiss only indies? I don't know. And then I thought okay, Germany. do they know fun? Do they know how to have fun? I might open a booth in TGS next year, probably in the Indies corner. That would be super cool. I mean, I don't know whether I'll be there, in Japan, if that would be possible. But yeah, at least you can advertise somewhere. And it would be super interesting to be there, or at least see what's going on. I thought Germans are serious and gloomy. Yeah, do they make games? I know a few German game companies, but they are all mobile. And I don't think those game companies there, those games there weren't mobile. So you didn't play anything, didn't win anything, just walked and didn't talk anyone. Correct. That's exactly what I did. Yes, and I took some pictures, and then I was feeling exhausted, drinking some water. That's basically what I did. Sounds like a good time. Yes, I was. Yes, I went there alone, so I didn't have anybody to talk about anything. Nice. It was nice. Sounds like a great time. Yes, it was a great time. And then there's this booth. It's shaken as well. And that one was the most thrilling to me, to be honest. Because I love this series. It's it's a little bit of puzzle solving kind of game. It's kind of adventure I think the title is called Professor Layton or something. So they are basically the professor of some puzzle solving, I guess he is. And there's some tiny there was sidekick of him, which is called who is called Luke, and then they are just solving puzzles. And I love this series. And I didn't know that. I still don't know if it's like a new one or old one, but that was thrilling. The only problem of this series is that for the first version, for the first game, they found so many interesting puzzles, and the game is really wonderfully done, but they are running out of puzzles, and I could see that. I think I played until the third or fourth series. At the third or first series, I just they just made some kind of pun. At the very beginning, there were like many famous puzzles which is well made, but at the end I don't know, they are asking something silly, and then that's where I gave up. Big brain game. Yes, I mean, it was big brain game. Yeah, I mean, I could also cheat from some solutions, but I didn't do that, so that's why or where I gave up. Suffering from success. Maybe they are. I mean, the first one was amazing, and second one was also quite good, and the third one, I wasn't sure. And the fourth one, I thought like, are you kidding? That's where I stopped playing that series. But still I love them. So it was very nice to see this huge booth about their game. It was so excited. I mean, it was so exciting. But I didn't light up because they said it would take 1.5 hours or anything to just wait. Laughter, yeah. I mean, it was the most thrilling news for me personally, because I don't play anything else. And I didn't know what they are. I didn't really find, but I thought the picture, the art style of them is really interesting. I think it is from one of those big companies. I don't know exactly who they were. I don't remember, but I thought that's really interesting to check around. That's why I just took the picture, even though I just didn't check what exactly it is yet. But yeah, and then Stray was everywhere, and then that's one of the few games that I know because I played it. Yeah, and then I heard because the PS5 PlayStation version of Stray will be released, and then I thought like it's quite big to be an indie, but I thought that's like really interesting to see Stray everywhere. And then I saw this section, and then I thought like, okay, I can only recognize only few of them. Maybe I should study harder. Because it was super interesting, and I didn't recognize many of them. I mean, I obviously know Hatsune Miku, or that's from the Uma Musume. But many I wasn't entirely sure. So yeah. So I felt the pressure that I have to play more games. I have to study more. I have to spend more times on playing games. That was what I thought. Yeah, I regretted. And then I thought this is interesting because, yeah, I mean, there's something going on between Palworld and Nintendo. So for me personally, it was quite interesting to see their huge giant booth. It was quite popular. They had those kind of interesting photo taking section that you could ride one of those I don't know how to call them, those pals. Just change Podsphere into Podcubes easy. Yeah, maybe that would work. Yeah, they got sued, yes. I mean, but they still had those huge booths. I mean, I'm pretty much sure it was planned in advance that they couldn't do anything. But I thought that's interesting. Yeah, and then there were a Monster Hunter. I don't know. I didn't play that, so I don't. I don't even know which one is the newest one. They have several places for Monster Hunter, and yeah, and I also thought like maybe I should play Monster Hunter. But I'm not really sure because I'm not really good at playing action games. So I mean, I could play Zelda, so if I can play Zelda, can I also play Monster Hunter? Or would it be too difficult for me? I don't know. Not sued over copyright, but sued over a patent that Nintendo made 1 year after Palworld was released, which is insane. Ah, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to the exact content, what they were where they were suing for what. Okay, that's interesting. I mean 1 year after Palworld was released is like, isn't that like now? I had the impression that Palworld is quite recent game. Monster Hunter Wilds burn $100 ORZ. Oh. A game can go $100 now, huh? Then maybe I can just keep playing Baldur's Gate for, I don't know, next 5 years. Yeah, and then I also like this art style of this one. I think that's the same game I checked earlier. Yeah, I definitely want to check this one. I love the art style. I don't know what the game is, but it seemed interesting enough. And then I also saw those like a very cute, innocent, interesting creature. Even though I feel like it's a little bit green now, wasn't it pink? Yeah, that was one of the photo drawn, and I was thinking like, do they have games for Madoka Magica? But yeah, apparently there were a photo booth for it. And yeah, I've been to the indie zone, which was quite interesting for me. So they were basically sharing their name cards or ask for the adding to the wish list for their games. And you could also try out few of those games, but so my first impression is how efficient it could be. I mean, online it could spread quite fast, but if it's limited to the actual place, then maybe not many people can actually see that. That was my first impression. And then thought, but you can still find some interesting people and do the connecting. What was that? I already forgot the word. What was that? Networking to those kind of interesting people. And I thought in that aspect it's very interesting. Yeah, and then I took some pictures of those games in Indie Game Zone, which I thought interesting. I mean, mainly because of the art style, because I didn't invest just a bunch of times to check out what exactly they were doing. Probably, I already forgot the context, but yeah, probably. Hello Mano, hello, welcome. I've been to the Tokyo Game Show and sharing those experience. When is Mono going to have a booth there? Well, they didn't have any of those hyper casual like bunch of having commercial types of games. I don't know. I thought what I need right now is a story that I want to tell, which is currently missing for me. So I don't know. But it would be really, really interesting to have a booth there. Is everything okay? Yeah, it seems to be okay. Yeah, it was just lagging a little bit. I missed last stream. I was suffering. I'm traveling right now, so currently I'm also traveling. So I'm just not at the cozy home. So basically, I'm trying. Yeah, then that's the last slide because I skipped most of those pictures that I took because most of them I just took it that because I wanted to check it out later. So if I find anything especially interesting, then maybe I can share the title of the game, or like maybe I can play them even. And then I thought that was the most interesting the picture taking place. I loved it. I didn't want to wait because it was also queued up, lined up. But I love those photo zone that I could take a picture with the guy from the Exit 8. That was awesome. If I wanted, then I could have lined up, but that was already I don't know, 2 or 3 hours after I entered there, and then spending 3 hours without having the free will to walk in a direction that I want to walk was quite demanding. That's why I just gave up, and then at this point I thought like, okay, I just looked around all those amazing indie games and all those amazing AAA games, so I go home. Yeah, so I was trying my best to not to die. I got this advice that I have to bring some water or towel, and I thought that's a valid advice because they had those kind of automatic I don't know, they were selling some drinks, but many of them were sold out. I mean, not everything, because the stuff was refilling all the time. So, but still, many of them was sold out, and then it was very nice to take those water with me. Yeah, I mean, also the advice that he gave me was that I have to take care of those, like going to the toilet and everything, manage that. But that wasn't that much of a problem because there were mainly like, yeah, more male than female. So that was apparently okay, I guess. Yeah, other than that, it was like very interesting. It was very interesting experience. Even though I don't feel like that I would be there every year or anything, but I also feel like it would be very interesting if I can go there as a participant, not a visitor. If I could have my booth or anything, it would be very interesting. That was what I thought. And I also felt like I need to play more games, and I also need to make more games. Yeah, that was my general impression. It was very amazing, awesome time, but there were also quite many things that I missed. And yeah. So I wanted to try out more things. And I also wanted to make more of those ideas. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there are many stories that I want to talk about. That's the problem. Monogame arc. Yeah, I'm really need to be a gamer. I'm not a. I feel like I'm a fake gamer even. Something like that. You missed the booth with 2 floors full of cosplayers on display? I think I did. I think I missed the entire interesting part. Yeah, I mean, I saw that there were a booth for the registration for the cosplayers, but I didn't see many cosplayers. And then I thought I heard there are a zone for cosplayers, and then I was thinking like, okay, yeah, there aren't many cosplayers as I thought, and that's why I missed the entire floor, huh? Just noticed the blurry mono. Yes. I was shaking because I was super nervous because I almost never go such a public place. That's why I'm shaking. That's why I'm blurred. I don't know, it was dark and it was difficult to focus on 2 different things at the same time. Cosplayers. Yeah, I wanted to see that. I mean, I saw some of those like professional cosplayers, which were advertising those gaming booths. That was it. Cosplayers, or some say awesome players? What can that mean? I have no clue. Yeah, but anyway, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And then there were another cosplay event. It's a Bloodborne joke. There are so many things that I don't know. Let me just cheat. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, what did I want to say? I forgot. What did I want to say? I forgot. I can't remember. But yeah, in general, it was very interesting. I expected, I mean, because when I asked the butler how big it is, and he said it's quite big, so I was very scared, but it wasn't that big to walk around. I mean, if I want to participate anything, I think it's quite big and huge area. But if I just wanted to walk around, even though it was demanding, because it's like there are so many people, and then I thought like when I entered there, I was a little bit late. So I think I entered there around like 11:30, something like that. And then at that point, it was quite crowded, but then it got more crowded only. I think from 2 p.m. or anything, something around that. It is about to close. I mean, the closing time is 4:30. So I think they were I mean, it would get only better, but at that point, it was quite suffering. But yeah, still, it was really, 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 really interesting to see those enthusiastic people. And then when I just arrived there at the train station, and then there were bunch of people just giving away fans. And I thought that's like very smart way to advertise, because everybody who's going there is a passionate gamer, right? So if you're giving away some kind of like advertisement, it would be very effective. I mean, not everyone would be big fan of those certain types of game, but they are basically gamers. I only saw a couple of photos and videos of TGS. For me, right? Yeah, I mean, I didn't really check out somebody else's photos and videos, but I think it would be also quite interesting to check that out. Yeah, so I thought that's quite efficient advertisement. And then I realized when I was waiting, when I was lining up for an hour, I realized that's for surviving. Having fans with me, that was for Survivor. One was the Dragon Quest interview with the creator. It got translated and went viral on Twitter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was having quite busy days. So I'm not really even checking the Twitter that much, but that one I would definitely check out, because I don't want to miss anything in this world. I want to know everything fun. I want to try out everything which are fun. Yeah, so basically that was my experience in my TGS, and I really wanted to have some stories to tell. And yeah, I felt like game is about telling the story. I mean, it's not only about stories, but if you have stories, it makes everything a little bit stronger. I mean, there are different types of games, of course. One for the only for the gimmicks and how to play them, and the other with stories and something that you want to talk about. And yeah, I felt like I'm missing that. And I wanted to have them somehow. The other was a booth for a political game, and no one wanted to play it. Completely empty booth. Okay. Okay, that's also interesting. I'm wondering, is there a chance that I noticed it? I don't know. Game is for entertainment. Yeah. I mean, there are so many different types of games, so I feel like it's quite difficult to compare like one type of game to another. Yeah. But yeah, it's for entertaining. But those kind of games, I don't know. It was interesting. I'm a former gamer. Current day gaming in the news is always so negative. Those kind of like game addiction, those kind of thing, or what do you mean especially? It's nice that you had fun, but I understand how it was exhausting, sensory overload. Yeah, I mean I cannot really walk as I want to walk. And nobody's bad, but since it's quite crowded, some people just hit me or I hit somebody else, and that's quite demanding if I'm just continuing that for like 3 hours or anything. Stand proud, Manu, you're strong. I'm strong. And taller than anybody. Yeah, so basically that was it. Yeah, it was very fun. I don't regret to go there because I canceled some reservations for the Kabbalah's Cafe. and I went there. It was very interesting. It was a great opportunity to think about what I want to do, what I want to continue. That was very exciting and amazing show. Apparently, a bunch of gamers are mad that this sequel of their samurai game has a woman in the main role. I like this change, but a lot of people are big angry. Okay. Okay, I'm interested in like what exactly the game it is. I mean, huh? I don't know exactly. I also feel like it would depend on the having actually the female, historically female character, or like those kind of like translated. But I would find that out. I mean, sounds interesting. Nah, they are mad because the woman is ugly. Nobody wants to play ugly characters. Okay. Now I'm more interested in. The game is Ghost of Tsushima. Sequel is Ghost of Yotei. Okay, let me find out. Ghost of Yotei. Okay. Okay, interesting. I found some articles, but we're gonna read it later, probably. Yeah, so it was nice experience. It was very good to know that there were such a game show coming, because otherwise I don't think I would have I would never ever tried them out. But it was nice timing. I was in Tokyo, and yeah, I mean, it would be once in a lifetime opportunity. I felt like, unless I'm just I don't know, going there as a some kind of business opportunity. So it was a very good, interesting time. Not Ghost of Tsushima. Huh? Huh? Is it joke or I'm confused. The game has no ghosts in the scam game. Aha! It's even lying about the title. I was Tokyo. You mean how's the there was only one place that I've been to. Yeah, and the Tokyo Game Show. Yeah, I mean, everything was interesting. I met my friend, Limina. Yeah, and then we had interesting times. But I also feel like it's a little bit sad because that I've been to Tokyo so many times for last 2 years, but it is quite unlikely that I would come here soon enough. I don't know. I mean, if I would have opportunity to come here, and then that was a little bit sad. Yeah, but yeah, who knows? Maybe I would come here, I don't know, after 3 months or something. Did you go to Donkey? No, I didn't. Somehow. Yeah. Maybe try Hokkaido and freeze. Yeah, then it should be getting colder, I guess. It should be in the winter. Yeah, but in general, I'm having fun. Yeah, and my travel continues. So I'm going to different area tomorrow. Yeah. And I still didn't do anything. I didn't even pack. I didn't even do the online check-in. I didn't even check the I checked the flight time. So tomorrow I'm going to the Singapore. I'm traveling around. So I think I should slowly go to bed, I guess, because I have to take a flight tomorrow. I think it was 11 a.m. or something. I don't even remember. So I have to wake up early. I have to go to the airport. That's the horrifying part of the life. I just don't want to wake up anymore. But yeah, the morning comes every day. Unfortunately. A horrifying picture and some nice kitty. A horrifying picture. Singapore, go eat some durian. That was also recommended. So I definitely try that out because I never tried in my life. So I'm going there. We're gonna try durian. So yeah, basically I was spending like 5 hours today in Bartlett's Cafe, and then I was asking everybody that I'm going to Singapore tomorrow, and then I don't have any plans, so I know nothing. I have zero knowledge of Singapore. And then one butler said that, do you know somebody? And then I said no, he's a newcomer, and then he said that person lived in Singapore when he was young, and then I asked him a bunch of questions, and then he basically said that I can eat and go shopping. I don't know. Durian, you will either love it or hate it. I really wonder, because I had so many notorious reputation about that, and then he basically said because it's fruit. Some can be really good, some can also only taste bad, but the good ones are really good. That's what basically he said, and I really want to try it out. Think the durian season's ending though, shame. Okay, so I have to eat that during the season? That's bad. Offer me the best durian that the country can offer. Singapore. Pardon? Singapore? I beg your pardon? But anyway, so I have to do the online check-in, and I have to manage my way to go there. I have to do everything, so I think it's better to call it a day and go to bed slowly. Oh, I think that it's past durian season. Oh, okay. Okay. Then I cannot have them, or do they taste worse or sing a reach? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 7. Yeah, I think I'll go to bed or pack or at least do any of them. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Thank you for coming. Not as good. Ah, okay. Okay, so maybe I would have some kind of nightmares or like not that impressive feelings about durian. Oh, 7, good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. They're not available anymore, I think. Gotta wait for next season. Okay. We're gonna see if when I get there. I mean, I don't have any plans, so I can add eating durian on my checklist. Good night, oh 7. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming. Too short. Yes. But I gotta go for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and the trip for next month. Have fun, fly safe. Thank you, thank you. Can try 99 old trees, huh? Okay, we're gonna remember that. Good night. Thank you for coming. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming. Okay. Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging around with me. Thank you for writing the chats. So today I talked about my experience in the Tokyo Game Show, which might be the first and last game show that I visit. It was super fun. It was interesting. And tomorrow I'm flying to Singapore. Yes. And so I wish you to have a great morning, noon, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. I'm not sure about the next stream that much because yeah, it could be the shared room. But if I think I'm not able to do the stream, then we're gonna write some announcement or like at least post some pictures. Yeah, then have a great night, evening, whatever, and see you next time. If nothing happens, then next Friday. Otherwise, I will gonna let you know. See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. I was a little confused and then I thought like I would press just stop to stream without even having those disconnecting scene. A hand waving. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. See you next time. See ya. Bye bye. A waving hand. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Two waving hands. Bye. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye bye.